Hola, bienvenidos a Discapacidad Televisión. Recuerda suscribirte para no perderte los últimos estrenos y programas en vivo. Danos un me gusta, y así nos ayudarás a conocerte mejor. Por favor, no te olvides de compartir. Así, más personas podrán disfrutar de Discapacidad Televisión y toda su programación. Muchas gracias.
Definitivamente para mí, desde que se abrió el metro, fue una ayuda maravillosa. Ya no tengo como que levantarme con 2 horas de anticipación para poder irme a la universidad, ¿no? Sino que todo ese tiempo lo utilizo para estudiar, lo utilizo para hacer mis deberes.
En mi caso, yo puedo contar que mi estrés ha disminuido totalmente. Llego tranquilo y frescamente al trabajo y también no estoy con la preocupación de que tengo que salir rápido porque el tráfico es terrible.
Lamentablemente por mi discapacidad tenía que movilizarme en los buses urbanos que les llaman. Los choferes, hay muchos de ellos que no son amables, entonces se me hacía muy difícil. Para nosotros el metro sí ha sido una gran ayuda. Cuenta con el ascensor, cuenta con las rampas donde puede entrar la silla de ruedas. Entonces ahí se le hace un poquito más fácil a mi hijo empujar la silla, subirme, todo eso.
Por ejemplo, cuando vienen personas con discapacidad, el personal del Metro de Quito ingresa a los vagones, les ubica dentro de los asientos o en las zonas preferenciales para las personas con silla de ruedas y pues una vez que les dejan ubicados, ahí recién salen y pues continúa el trayecto del tren.
Esos días de trasladarme al centro de Quito, que para mí había sido históricamente o ir en carro o ir en bus, era realmente complejo. Entonces ir en 10-15 minutos, estar en el centro de Quito era algo mágico. En realidad llegar y descubrir en ese momento de una cosa tan rápida, eso me resultó realmente placentero.
Yo vivo en el sur de Quito y pues la mayoría de las instituciones en las que incluso podemos hacer prácticas se encuentran en el centro o en el norte. Entonces yo creo que en caso de que pues llegue a trabajar en una de estas instituciones, definitivamente el sistema de transporte nos ayudaría muchísimo, claro, para incluso no tener que cambiarnos de residencia para poder acceder a estas plazas de trabajo.
Sí, les diría que prueben, que se atrevan, que sí es factible, sí es importante para nosotros estas facilidades que nos da el metro.
El Metro de Quito yo creo que es el proyecto más importante de las últimas décadas en la ciudad. El Metro de Quito nos ha puesto en movimiento y es la gran oportunidad para construir una ciudadanía corresponsable.
Me encanta cómo se está construyendo toda esta cultura de respeto, de cordialidad, como que se están retornando a los valores de la gente quiteña cálida, amable, como siempre ha sido.
Esto es Argentina. Y esto también es Argentina. Y esto, y esto, y esto. ¿Cuánta libertad, no crees? Pues sí, en Argentina eres libre de elegirlo todo. La libertad de estar a las 10 de la noche aquí, o simplemente aquí. La libertad de perderte en la inmensidad. ¿Necesitas más inmensidad para sentirte libre? No hay problema, tenemos más. Disfrútala. La libertad de elegir tu clima perfecto. La libertad de expresarte. La libertad de dejarte tentar por sabores sorprendentes que nunca olvidarás. La libertad de encontrar comodidad en hoteles de clase mundial, infraestructura moderna y la cálida atención que te hace sentir como en casa. La libertad de disfrutar del silencio. O de apagarlo. Por eso, hace más de 200 años pusimos la palabra libertad en nuestro himno. No una vez, sino 3 veces. Libertad, libertad, libertad. Si estás buscando una tierra de oportunidades infinitas, de aventuras por descubrir, de lugares para descansar o para sentirse aún más vivo, Argentina lo tiene todo. Una tierra donde la libertad, la diversidad y las experiencias inolvidables hacen que cada momento sea realmente valioso. Ven a visitarnos y disfruta de un lugar donde la libertad vive en cada rincón. Argentina, la libertad vive aquí. Visita Argentina.
Esto es Dominicana.
Playas donde solo escuchas tu eco.
Mar.
Surf.
Comida. Mar.
Surf.
Gente buena.
Ron.
Montañas que rompen el océano.
Los que vinimos por 10 días y ya llevamos 10 años.
Los que vinimos por hacer y nos esperamos por amor.
Mesas, bares,
Hoteles.
y hostales.
En Dominicana, no importa por qué viniste.
Aquí lo único que importa es por qué te quedaste y si quieres volver.
Y que al recordarnos sonrías sin querer.
Dominicana es su gente.
Dominicana.
Dominicana.
Dominicana te sonríe.
Discapacidad Televisión.
¡Hola, mundo!
Primer canal de televisión dedicado al colectivo de personas con discapacidad desde 2006. A continuación, Footless Jo, Más Allá de una Amputación. Presenta Beckwith. Audio en inglés, subtítulos en castellano.
My beautiful friends, I realize I have not told you a very important story. If you follow me on Instagram, you probably know part of it, but I want to tell you the story of my ankle in the weeks. I am not working so great with words today as that past sentence just proved yet again. What I'm attempting to say is I would like to tell you the story of my foot and ankle in the days leading up to my amputation, because I thought, you know what? I'm going to give it a proper goodbye tour. We went driving in the mountains, and then I went walking in the dirt and felt leaves on my feet, and then came back, and a couple days later it was snowing, and I walked outside in the snow, and even though all of those things caused me pain, I knew that it was going to be the last time I felt non-phantom sensation and pain on that part of my body, and it only seemed right to try to experience things that I wouldn't experience again. And I sat at my friend's house in a window trying to calm some of my fears before surgery, and her cat jumped up and rubbed against me, and again, that did not feel great, but I got to feel his fur against my skin, and part of me feels like it's like way too over dramatic, or whatever the word would be, like to give your leg a goodbye tour, but whatever, that's what I did. And then, the day before surgery, I called my friends over, my good friends, who, most of whom have known me since all of this started, basically. Like back when I was 13. And they wrote goodbye messages on my ankle. Again, that did not feel good. And I had them, not right on the part that was super, super painful to touch. But I felt like it was only right. And also it serves as a great protective measure against the doctor chopping off the wrong foot. Like I drew, a dotted line with a scissor on it because I have a dark sense of humor like that. My friend Maggie wrote Bye Little Piggies, which is just fabulous. And my friend Abby wrote a angry poem to it, which was awesome. I think Brian just wrote bye. And I wrote a breakup letter to it on the top of my foot saying, listen, we've had some good times together and I appreciate everything you've done for me, but this isn't working out. And then my mom signed it right before we went into surgery. I went into surgery, and it felt honestly really cool to be like surrounded. I felt like so many people, I'm gonna get emotional. Felt like so many people were like going into surgery with me, Oh, damn it, I just put makeup on for the day. Anyway, so I was able to take a moment to say goodbye, and I know that a lot of people don't get that, and I was very grateful for it. I was also really grateful that the permanent marker stayed on. Brian and I stayed in a hotel right by the hospital the night before, and then we got coffee on the way to the hospital. He got coffee. I wasn't allowed to drink coffee, which is such a bummer. And then we showed up to the hospital about 5 a.m. because my surgery was at 7, and got ready and got it done. So the weird thing though is that I have a friend who actually had surgery by the same doctor, had amputation by the same doctor. I got connected up with her because she's an amputee. She's so awesome and so helpful and answers so many questions for me, but she did the same thing. She did the same thing before surgery and I had no idea. And so I thought I was being all original and stuff, walking into surgery with cool pictures and messages drawn on my leg. Nope, my surgeon had seen it all before. She had done it 3 years prior. So that is the story of the last few days with my leg and kind of how I said goodbye to it. So hey again, this is Editing Jo as I am going through this footage. I uploaded like all of the footage from pre-surgery last night and I didn't take a look at it before I recorded the video that you just watched. And as I'm going through like editing it and splicing it together, it is really weird to like see it. And I think the weirdest thing is that I remember all of the sensations. Like as I'm watching myself walk through the concrete right outside as it was raining outside, and I remember what it feels like to like feel that cold as it mixed with how my foot would feel pain because the nerves were so screwed up. And I remember what it felt like when people wrote with markers on my foot. And again, because of like how many surgeries I had, the nerves in there were so messed up that everything felt different and weird and numb and painful and just like ugh. And I remember it all very vividly, and it's weird and weirdly uncomfortable. Not bad, just like weirdly uncomfortable watching all of this back, because it wasn't that long ago that this was a part of me, that like that was a part of my body that was attached to me. And man, it's really fascinating. I think I'm kind of realizing how important of a thing it was to do that silly goodbye tour, and how grateful I am to have had a chance to say goodbye, because it actually is kind of like an emotional thing to go back through this. And I didn't really expect it to be. Like I thought as I was doing it, I was like, this is dumb, whatever. It just seems like a good thing to do, and I guess I'll film part of it. But I'm really glad I did. I'm really glad I have this, and it's weird. This is weird. It's weird, guys. It's weird to look down and see 2 feet attached to me. Side note, I trimmed my toenails last night, and it's so weird to just have to do 5 and not 10. It isn't like the first time in 3 months that I trim my toenails, just to clarify that. Like I have done it before. It just registered like, oh, this is so weird. I'm done. Like it takes half the amount of time. Anyways, Sadie and I bid you a lovely rest of your day, and I'm sending my love and light your way. Bye guys. So if you've watched many of my previous videos, you know that I like living in a sea of blankets. And you'll notice I'm not the only one. This puppy right here also is a big advocate for sea of blanket living. Georgia was the name of the mare I was on. She was this gorgeous chestnut mare. And we came like over a hill, and my friends were really good at riding, and they just like took off on their horses because they were really good at it. And I was like, I can do this. Like all you really have to do is hold on, right? She was an ex-race horse, so she was real good at running, and I was holding on for dear life, and then she just tripped. And I remember, like, that's the one picture I actually have in my head. I remember her, like, I remember the motion of, like, something's not right. And I kind of, like, went over her right shoulder, and I remember kind of grabbing at her mane. I remember hitting the ground, and that's it. I don't remember anything after that until my friends came running up. I thought it was okay until I went to stand up, and then I passed out again. And we realized something was super wrong with my ankle. My horse had run off. Thankfully, she was okay. Like, she didn't break her leg or anything like that, but they had to get a golf cart out to the middle of this field, because right now there's like some houses you can see in the distance. There was nothing, like for miles and miles, and we had gone out a ways. So I was sitting in a field, increasingly in pain, because after the shock of falling off a horse, I started realizing more and more like, man, something is really not okay with my little 13-year-old ankle. The hospital actually turned me away. I don't think I've told you guys that before. They were like, we're super full right now, and they sent me home, but by the time I got back home, my eyes were like completely bloodshot. I was in so much pain, and my mom took me back to the hospital, and that's when they learned that my ankle was totally shattered. The end of it had like broken up and then shoved an inch of my ankle bone up into my leg. It was a cool day for doctors because they'd never seen a break like that, but because of that break, I had to have a surgery, and then another surgery, and then another surgery, and then they fused my ankle when I was 15. Now I'm 28, and 7 months ago, almost to the day, I had to have my leg chopped off because for 15 years, nothing was ever right after that day. Like, I think it could have been, but a series of unfortunate events made it so that whether it was a surgeon making a small mistake, or whether my body just didn't want to heal right, or whether the cartilage in my ankle just disappeared, it never worked out, and I was always in pain. And so this last year, if you follow my channel, you know this, I made the decision to go ahead and remove the problem, as it were, and actually cut my ankle off and become an amputee to stop the pain. This is where it's all happened, and I haven't come back to this place since. I probably could have, but it's actually kind of a peaceful feel. I mean, it's a good place to have your life changed forever if you have to be somewhere, but it's definitely weird to be back here.
Hello there, my beautiful, lovely internet friends. Welcome back to my channel. It's been a minute since I got to say that. About a month and a half ago, I sort of disappeared off of most of the internet and here on YouTube, and there's a reason for that. And I'm making today's video to sort of explain that because I do not feel like the same person that I was a month ago, 2 months ago, and literally nothing in my life looks even remotely the same. And I want to share this with you because I don't think I can come back to just making like fun content or whatever that might be, because that's not, like, that might be where I am in some moments, but I can't fake a smile for the camera right now. I'm just gonna try to do this in one take. So I hope you'll excuse the uhs and the ums and perhaps the longer than would be normally acceptable on YouTube pauses. But I am deeply unwell. In the past 2 months, my life is unrecognizable, I think is the best word that I could use. Back in March, I made the decision to end my marriage with Brian. We are in the process of getting divorced. It's very amicable as much as these things can be. There's no reason anyone should be, upset or direct any anger towards Brian at all. This is just a decision that I had to make, and one that is awful and breaks my heart and breaks his heart. And if you've ever gone through something like this, I think you know what I mean. That alone is enough to turn life completely upside down. It is astounding to me the ways that ending a long-term relationship touches every single aspect of your life, socially, mentally, obviously, emotionally, financially. There's nothing in your life that really exists without the other person, or at least there wasn't for me. And before I get to some of the other things that have occurred, I realized that I have spent my entire adult life basically with someone, with the same person, going through hard things. And now that I am doing life suddenly on my own, a lot of shame in saying that, because I'm like, Joe, you just turned 31. you should probably have your shit together, but I'm here to tell you that I certainly do not. You guys might be familiar with my dogs from my channel. If you know me in real life, you know that my dogs are my life. Like, I am a dog person to my very core. And when I moved out, I brought Sadie, Sophie, and Sully with me, my 3 doggos. And we adopted Sully about 6 months ago. When we got him, we knew he had a heart condition. The extent of that heart condition was not exactly clearly disclosed, and basically he got sick pretty quickly, got very visibly unwell pretty quickly, and I had to make the decision to put down my 10-month-old puppy about 3.5 weeks ago, which was crushing. And up until that moment, like moving out, all of that, I was proud of myself that I was holding it together. I was like, man, this is hard, but I'm doing the things that I need to do. I'm reaching out to my friends, I'm staying active, I'm eating, I'm, whatever I need to do to like get through hard things in a good way. And I'm proud of myself for that. And when Sully died, that like set off this chain event of probably just honest emotion and reacting to everything that's going on, and I fell the hell apart and started getting to a very unwell mental place. And I put up a post on Instagram, I think a week ago today maybe, saying, hey, this is what's been going on, it's just me and my shepherds now. And I posted a picture with Sadie right there and Sophie right here, sitting right there. And I think it was the next day that I was playing tennis ball with my girls in the backyard, and Sophie and Sadie hit their heads together. They were both going for a tennis ball, and it wasn't even that hard, or at least it didn't look it, and Sadie went down and couldn't get back up, and I couldn't pick her up on my own because she was like 80 pounds. Thankfully my neighbors were home and could help me, and I got her in the car and brought her to the ER, and then a couple hours later she was gone. She had it was just like a freak accident and a spinal injury. And Sadie was my everything dog. I got her after trauma that I went through years ago when I was in a very dark place, and I swear to God that dog was the only reason I survived. She saved my life. I know people say that about dogs all the time, but like, she really did. And she was like my heart dog. And I spent the next 11 years of her life, because that's how long I had her, trying to thank her for everything she did for me. And so now I'm sitting here in this house that I've rented that is so quiet because there's not panting and tons of paws, and there's no one else here. It's just me and Sophie, who is sad and confused because she's always had buddies, and me, who is sad and confused. And I am absolutely falling apart. And I don't say that for a cause for concern or anything like that, but in my journey on the internet, it's always been very therapeutic for me to share with you where I honestly am, as much as I can in any moment. And as I've done that, I've shared some heavy things before, going through amputation, dealing with depression, dealing with suicidal thoughts, and being honest with that. But looking back, even as I did that, I still felt like I had some kind of handle on pieces of my life. Like, even if it felt like it was a wreck, even if I felt completely broken and like everything was falling apart, I felt like there was always sort of a thread. And I feel like I have lost that thread. And that is one of the reasons why I haven't wanted to make videos, because I feel lost. And here's the thing, I feel like it's a curse of having gone through difficult things before in life. I know that I have the ability to get through this. I know I have the capacity to, right? I know that I might not have all the resources right now, but I know that I can reach out. I know that I can grow and expand my coping and my processing skills, and like I can find a way through this. I know that for a fact. I believe in my strength and in my perseverance. The problem is I just don't want to. I am so tired of being strong. I'm so tired on a core level of hard things, and I want to roll my eyes when I say that because I'm like, everyone is, Joe, deal with it. But I am not well. I'm, in the moments when I'm thinking straight, very proud of the fact that there have been some moments in the past couple of weeks where I recognized I was gonna be in active danger to myself if I stayed alone. And so in those moments, I've called people, I've gone and stayed with people. I'm trying to do the things, like reach out to friends, go to therapy, stay in touch with people, and I'll continue doing those things. I know that I will find my way through this, but I don't know how to want to right now. Please understand, I do have support, I am safe, I will be safe, I will be here. I just don't know what that's gonna look like because I feel like all of my wires have been ripped out. I feel like the core of who I am is sort of shattered at the moment. I don't want to deal with things well. I don't want to go through this in a healthy way. I feel like a teenager again in some ways where I just wanna throw a fit and break things and deal with things in a horrible way. The impact that this has all had on me, there's so much loss. I feel like I blinked and all of the things that I held dear were gone or very different. And I'm not coping well with that. But I will continue to make the commitment to find my way through it. And I wanted to make this video, and I appreciate you listening to this in one take because I'd much rather do this in a put together fashion when I've actually showered in the last couple of days and maybe have some makeup on and are making jokes about things and trying to keep things more light and fun. I appreciate you listening to me as I am because I believe in trying to be honest about where we are, because I personally have found a lot of benefit in hearing from other people when they genuinely are not okay. So I'm not going to try to fake it because I don't have that in me right now. And I hope you aren't, but I hope that if you are ever have been in a similar place of feeling absolutely to your core wrecked, I hope you know you're not alone. I know I'm not alone, though it is hard to remember that in some moments. And I'm going to continue making videos here because I know that that is one thing that is good for me. It has always been a very beneficial thing to my mental health, and it's also my job now. But it's something I enjoy doing, and I may come back with fun, happy videos because it's a good distraction, and I may come back with more, serious videos talking about deeper emotions because I also enjoy doing that and think it's important to do. But I didn't want to just pop back on YouTube like everything was the same because I am not the same. And I don't know how to be right now. And I feel like I could keep rambling and probably saying the same thing for a very long time, but I think that is the core of what I wanted to say. One last thing actually, a number of people have noticed my absence and reached out to me. And if you're one of those people, thank you. It is so sweet and so kind that you would notice I haven't been posting and that's weird and hey, are you okay? And then when I kind of put the announcement up on Instagram about stuff that had been going on and the decisions that I made, I was terrified to do that because I expect the internet to be the internet sometimes, but I find that I am consistently shocked by how kind you are. And people were absolutely amazing. So thank you guys for that. And thank you, my lovely audience, for listening. I don't know how to end this video other than ending it, so I'm gonna go back to my, the way that I've ended videos for like 3 years now and say, you could be anywhere else in the world doing anything else, but you chose to hang out with me here for a few minutes and listen to me speak. That means the world to me. Thank you. I love you guys. I'm thinking about you, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.
Discapacidad Televisión.
¡Hola, mundo!
Primer canal de televisión dedicado al colectivo de personas con discapacidad desde 2006.
¡Hola, mundo!
Hola, bienvenidos a Discapacidad Televisión. Recuerda suscribirte para no perderte los últimos estrenos y programas en vivo. Danos un me gusta, y así nos ayudarás a conocerte mejor, y saber qué programación es tu favorita. Por favor, no te olvides de compartir, así, más personas podrán disfrutar de Discapacidad Televisión y toda su programación.
¡Hola, mundo!
Muchas gracias.